Hi, my name is Max and I teach drums here at Sono School of Music, Kedron Wavell. Today I want to talk to you about some tips to improve the efficiency of your practice. So the aim behind today's video is to introduce a variety of concepts and ideas that you can incorporate in your drum practice routine. So my first tip is to warm up both your body and your mind. It's really important that we warm up both of these aspects so that we're fully ready to absorb the information our brain is about to take in when we practice. I find a really great way to warm up is to use all four limbs and our voice at the same time. It could be any exercise, but for today's video, I'm going to use this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in addition to actually playing simple exercises like that one, I think it's really important to keep your forearms, your calves, and your lower back in check from a physiotherapy kind of perspective. I'm not a physiotherapist, but if you can keep these muscles loose, it'll keep you injury-free in the long term. My second tip would be to count out loud. I find so many students try and attempt exercises without fully intrinsically understanding them. So if you know that a pattern goes 1 E, a 2, and 4, and 1 E, a 2, and 4, and if you can count it out loud, your body can execute it just like that. So for example, 1 E, a 2, and 4, and 1 E, a 2, and 4, and you'll be able to perform that straight away because your body knows what it needs to do thanks to the brain telling it what to do. Now, my third tip is to practice in depth in addition to breadth. What do I mean? So it's really important to practice one particular exercise in a multitude of different ways to boost our understanding and our absorption of the idea. So for example, if I was to play a beat on the cymbal, the snare drum, and the bass drum, you could play it multiple different ways. You could play it soft, you could play it loud, you could play it slow, you could play it fast, you could add the hi-hat foot to it, and you could also count out loud as you play it, all to build your facility with this one exercise. Doing these things and going to this effort will help you move on to the next exercise on the page or in the book or onto the next song sooner. So for example, if we have a beat on the ride cymbal, for example, you could practice it a bunch of different ways, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To build your facility with it. My next tip is to record yourself and review that footage regularly. So I think this is one of the most underrated ways to improve your practice routine. For example, you'll be able to see, say if you're playing a song, you'll be able to see if you're nailing that chorus. You'll be able to see and hear what's going right and what's going wrong and what needs improvement. I think this is an incredibly useful way, especially if you don't have an audience that's ready to give you feedback in that point in time. You can use a smartphone to help you review your drumming performances. So my last tip for today is to practice away from the drum set. We don't spend all of our time at the drum set. We don't spend most of our day at the drum set. It's either at work, at university, or at school, or traveling. So it's really important to take advantage of this time away from the drum set to try and develop our ideas. I find a really great way is to embody certain exercises that you need to be working on into your arms and your legs. So that could be taking the form of slapping your knees or tapping your feet whilst you're traveling or something like that. So if we take that exercise from earlier, 1 E, a 2, and 4, and 1 E, a 2, and 4, and if you can practice it nice and accurately with your limbs, your brain and your body will be able to represent it much easier once you sit back down at a drum set. Good luck with these tips. I hope they make your practice more efficient, and we'll see you next time.